Welcome to Shiko, Beyond the Dot, where we challenge expectations, break barriers, and explore how women and the world are redefining leadership, careers, and equality. I'm your host, Shreya. Today, we're talking about something that every woman should know, but few of us are taught growing wealth. Not just about earning money, but growing it, protecting it, and using it to create the life we want. If you've ever felt unsure about where to begin with investing, saving, or even just having the money conversation, this episode is for you. Today, we will discuss how we can move past the fear and dive into practical, actionable steps to take control of your finances because financial freedom isn't just about money, it's about choices. The first step is to know your numbers. Before we talk about investments or wealth building, let's start with the basics, understanding where you stand. Calculate your net worth. Take 15 minutes today to list your assets, cash, savings, investments, and subtract it with your liabilities, any debts or loans that you may have. That's your financial baseline. Don't panic if it's a lower number that you'd like. It's just a starting point, not a final destination. Track your spending. What you can do is start with a simple spreadsheet to track every single dollar for a month. Knowing where your money goes is key to redirect it towards your goals. Action step. By next week, aim to complete both exercises. Treat it like a financial selfie. It's a snapshot of where you are right now. Next, what you need to do is identify your emergency funds, which is your safety net. Before we jump into investments, let's make sure that you have a safety net. An emergency fund is your financial armor. It's there to protect you when life throws a curveball. How much do you need? Aim for 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. Even with $1,000, that can be a solid first goal. Where do you keep it? Choose a high yield saving account or a money market account. These accounts keep your money accessible while earning a little interest. Action step. Open a dedicated account today, separate from where you get your salary, and automate small and regular deposits. Think like $50 or $100 a month. Automation can really help you. Setting financial goals that motivate you is really important. And here's where things get exciting. Let's set goals that align with your dreams. Let's work on the short term goals. Example, saving for a vacation, building your emergency fund, or paying off a credit card debt. Second, long term goals could be buying a home, retiring early, or funding your future education. Let's use the SMART framework. Make your goals SMART, which means specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Instead of saying, I want to save, say, I will save $10,000 for a house deposit in 2 years by setting aside $417 per month. Here's another action step. Write down one short term and one long term goal today. It would be helpful if you could share it with your friend for accountability. Are you learning to invest? Here's my beginner's guide for you. Let's tackle investing without a jargon or intimidation. Here are some of the steps that I would recommend if you're starting fresh in investments. Start with index funds or ETFs. Now, what is an ETF, you may ask? An ETF is an exchange traded fund, which is a collection of investments like stocks, bonds, or commodities that are traded on a stock exchange. Index funds and ETFs are low cost and they're diversified options for beginners. And you can think of them as a pre made pancake mix where you just need to add one element, which is your money transfer, and this can be a pre made mix for your investments. It's also really important to understand the risk tolerance. Think about what your risk tolerance is and see how comfortable you are with the market fluctuations. Risk tolerance is the level of risk you as an investor is willing and are able to take in exchange for a potential for a greater return. Now, it's also a degree of uncertainty because there could also be a risk of losing. Use robo advisors. Platforms like Stashaway or your local bank account could have a pre made portfolio for you to base your goals and risk levels. Lastly, and most importantly, invest consistently. Set up an automatic contribution to your investment account or set up reminders on your calendar to transfer the amount into your investment account. This strategy is called dollar cost averaging, which helps you to avoid the timing in the market. Action step. Research one index fund or robo advisor today and commit to investing your first $100 this month. Now that you're learning how to invest, it's also important to master the money conversation. Talking about money is still a taboo for many women, but it's one of the most empowering things that you can do. Start small, begin with friends or family you trust, ask about their savings or investing strategies. Join communities, find women focus financial groups within your region. These spaces are great for sharing tips and building confidence. If there are no communities around you, why not start with building one? Be transparent. If you're comfortable, talk with your cousins, talk with your friends or family about salaries and benefits. It's important to talk with experienced people, knowing what others are earning, and that would also help you negotiate better. Action step. While you're also researching your index fund and robo advisor, I would also suggest that you initiate one money conversation this week, whether if it's with a friend, mentor, an ex colleague, or a family member. How do you build long term wealth? By automating and diversifying. Wealth building is a marathon, it's not a sprint. Here's how what you can do to make it sustainable. Automate everything. Automate your savings, investments, and even bill payments to avoid late fee. Diversify your portfolio. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread your investments across different assets like stocks, bonds, and real estate. Reinvest your returns. If you earn dividends or profits, reinvest them to accelerate your growth. Here's another action step. Log into your bank account or investment account today and set up at least one automated transfer, whether it's for savings, investments, or paying off your loans. Here are my final thoughts and your next step. Taking control of your finances is one of the most powerful acts of self care that you can do. It's not about being perfect or having all the answers, it's about showing up and taking small, consistent steps towards your goal. So, here's your challenge for the week. Pick one actionable step from today's episode, whether it's calculating your net worth, opening an emergency fund, or starting your first investment, and commit to doing it. Just one step. Remember, financial freedom isn't about money, it's about creating the life you deserve. And you've got this. Thanks for tuning into Shiko. If today's episode inspired you, share it with a friend. Subscribe, and let's continue building this community of unstoppable women. Until next time, keep challenging the norms and investing in yourself. Take care and happy wealth building.